Okay, let's get into this. We've all been there, right? You look down, maybe you're just sitting there, and bam, some weird physical thing, like a strange little bump or maybe a skin tag that just appeared out of nowhere. Or what about that crazy itchiness that only seems to show up like late at night, drives you mad,
Oh, yeah.
and you probably just think, oh, I guess I'm getting older.
Right.
Or maybe just chalk it up to bad luck. But what if that little annoyance, that tiny symptom, was actually your body frantically texting you? Like, HELP, need nutrient X and now you, complete with siren emojis.
Exactly. That's kind of the mission today.
We're basically acting as body translators. We're taking those really bizarre, specific symptoms and figuring out exactly which nutrient your body is actually screaming for. Forget just rubbing cream on it. We're going straight for the missing piece.
That's the key thing. People make this mistake all the time. They treat the symptom, the itch, the pain, the twitchy leg, but they never ask why it's happening. What's the root cause? So we're going to connect those weird dots for you. Show you the symptom, sure, but also the specific nutritional key you need to, turn off that warning light.
And it's wild, isn't it? How often completely different symptoms seem to trace back to the same core problem. It's like all these strange little body complaints are just different roads leading back to the same metabolic mess up.
Precisely. Let's start with the big one. The ultimate sugar warning sign, I call it. Skin tags. Now, they're benign, mostly harmless little things. But think of them more like a flashing neon sign about your metabolism. They are a classic indicator of blood sugar issues. We're talking prediabetes or even full-blown type 2 diabetes.
Wait, hang on. Those little skin flaps, they're like a public report card on my sugar habits. That's kind of embarrassing.
Well, yeah, in a way. The really crucial test here is your A1C level. That shows your average blood sugar over about 3 months. If that number is over 5.7, you're officially in prediabetes land.
Okay, but is there good news?
There is. Research actually shows type 2 diabetes can often be reversed.
Yeah.
And pretty quickly, like less than 10 weeks sometimes. The main strategy: drastically cutting carbohydrates, so sugars, starches, and bumping up high-quality protein, especially from meat.
So less pasta, more steak. Got it. That prescription doesn't sound too bad, actually.
Hey, yeah.
Okay, let's switch gears to the itch. That awful, persistent nighttime itchiness, or maybe it's more localized.
Right. That usually points towards a fungus,
Yeah.
often something like candida or other yeast basically having a party on your skin.
Right.
It often pops up after, say, a round of antibiotics or maybe steroids. Those things can wipe out the good bacteria.
Well, ones that normally keep the yeast in check.
Exactly. You create this vacuum and the fungus just rushes in to fill the space.
Okay, so the yeast are partying. What's on the menu? What are they eating?
Huh. You probably know this one. Sugar. Fungus loves sugar.
Yeah.
It's their absolute favorite food. That's why when you have an overgrowth, you suddenly crave sweets like crazy, not, celery sticks.
Ah, the craving connection. The little critters are demanding their fuel.
They really are. It's this vicious cycle. So the only real way to deal with it long term is to completely starve them out. Cut the sugar. Oh, and a little side note. The vitamin D can sometimes help reduce general itchiness too. Seems to help calm the immune response.
Oh, wow. Okay, so we've only covered two things, skin tags and itching, and already the big villain is sugar and carbs. They drain the good stuff and feed the bad stuff.
Pretty much sums it up.
Yeah.
Now let's move on to what I call the B-team troubles. This is where metabolism starts messing with your nerves and energy, like nighttime restlessness, restless leg syndrome, that horrible feeling where your legs just won't relax, they're burning, aching. You just have to move on.
Oh, the twitchy leg doom. Yeah. What's that pointing to? What panic button is being pushed?
It's usually a sign of too much lactic acid building up in the muscles. And the missing piece of the puzzle: vitamin B1, thiamine. B1 is absolutely critical. It lets your body properly burn fuel. Without enough B1, the fuel gets sort of half-processed, and you end up with that painful lactic acid sludge.
Okay, hold on. So if I'm eating a lot of carbs, my body uses up all its B1 just trying to handle that sugar load, and then there's none left to prevent the lactic acid backup? Is that it?
You got it.
Yeah.
That high sugar intake is basically draining your B1 tank. And here's a key tip. Whenever you take B1, remember it needs a partner. It always needs magnesium to work properly. They're a team.
Magnesium, right. Good to know. Okay, what about more specific nerve stuff like tingling and numbness, especially in the toes or the bottom of the feet? I hear about that a lot, particularly with diabetes.
Yeah, that's a direct nerve issue. Very common in diabetics, precisely because that constant carb load depletes B vitamins, especially B1, which nerves desperately need. For that specific kind of nerve trouble, tingling feet and whatnot, there's a particular type of B1 that works wonders. It's called benfotiamine.
Penphotamine. Why the specific type? I've got a B complex vitamin in my cupboard. Is that not good enough?
That's a great question. Regular B1 is water-soluble. Benfotiamine is fat-soluble. That means it can actually get into the nerve tissues much more easily and effectively address the problem at the source. Standard B1 struggles to do that. People often find taking it, maybe one capsule 4 times a day, can bring pretty quick relief when they use the right form.
Ah, bioavailability. Makes sense. The nutrient has to actually get where it needs to go.
Exactly.
Okay, moving up the body. Carpal tunnel syndrome, that wrist pain and swelling, and you mentioned nausea too.
Yes, that combination often points straight to a vitamin B6 deficiency. B6 is crucial for reducing inflammation, and it helps build the protective myelin sheath around your nerves. It's why pregnant women, who have huge nutritional demands, often get both carpal tunnel and nausea. The body's just crying out for B6.
Makes total sense. The body's screaming for supplies to protect its wiring under stress.
Right. And again, the specific form matters. Look for P5P. That's the active, ready-to-use form of B6. Okay, let's shift from nerves to structural stuff and bleeding alarms, starting with bleeding gums.
Bleeding gums. My dentist always just says brush better, floss more.
Yeah, that's the standard advice. And hygiene is important, obviously.
Hmm.
But we need to look deeper. Bleeding gums are often a classic sign of vitamin C deficiency. Scurvy is the extreme version, but even just a little pink on your toothbrush suggests your capillaries, those tiny blood vessels, are weak.
So, wait, the strength of my blood vessels has less to do with my brushing technique and more to do with vitamin C levels.
Absolutely. Vitamin C is vital for building collagen, which is like the scaffolding that keeps those tiny vessels strong. And guess what the biggest blocker of vitamin C absorption is?
Let me guess. Sugar?
You got it. Sugar competes directly with vitamin C to get into your cells. It's incredible, really.
Wow, sugar is literally weakening my blood vessel walls. Okay, so we need C, but the right kind, you're saying.
Definitely. Skip the plain synthetic ascorbic acid if you can. Go for a whole food vitamin C complex. Or just eat foods packed with it. Bell peppers, kiwis, lemons, limes. Now, what about a chronic cough? The kind that just hangs around forever.
That dry, hacky cough that makes you sound like you smoke 3 packs a day? How does a vitamin fix that?
Well, first you got to figure out the cause. If the cough comes with digestive issues, like heartburn or reflux, then it's probably stomach acid splashing up where it shouldn't be.
And the fix for too much acid is more acid. That always sounds crazy.
It does sound backwards, but often the issue is the stomach acid isn't strong enough, so food ferments and splashes up. So the fix might actually be more high-quality salt or something called betaine hydrochloride to get acid production right. However, if there are zero digestive issues and the cough is just this dry, irritating spasm, think calcium deficiency.
Calcium.
For a cough, yep. High-quality cheese is a great source. Calcium can sometimes work wonders, especially for kids with those persistent coughs or even fevers. It helps calm the spasm.
That's fascinating. Same symptom, totally different nutritional fix. Okay, quick ones. Brittle nails, splitting, weak.
Biotin deficiency.
Yeah.
That's a classic. Need more biotin.
Nosebleeds, assuming it's not high blood pressure.
Nutritionally, could be low vitamin K1 that's essential for clotting, or again, our friend vitamin C for capillary strength.
Okay, let's talk minerals and maybe trace elements. That misery that strikes early in the morning, leg cramps, bad migraines, maybe even chest pain right when you wake up.
Ah, yes, the 6 a.m. misery club. Those are very often classic signs of magnesium deficiency. And the reason they hit early morning is pretty cool, actually. Your magnesium levels follow a circadian rhythm, and they naturally bottom out in those very early hours.
So your body's running on empty just as you're trying to get going.
Exactly. The easy fix. Take magnesium glycinate before bed. It helps prevent that morning dip, and bonus, it usually helps you sleep better too.
Nice. What about ulcers or gastritis, that stomach lining pain and inflammation? What's the key healing nutrient there?
Think zinc deficiency. Specifically for healing gut lining issues, the best form is zinc carnosine. It's designed to stick to the sore spots and help them heal.
Good tip. And for people like me who are always cold, hands and feet like ice blocks, even when it's warm.
That points towards needing iodine. Iodine is like the body's thermostat. Sea kelp, shellfish, great sources.
And what about just general fatigue, maybe insomnia, weak muscles? Feels like you're running on fumes.
Could be sodium deficiency. I know, it sounds too simple.
Salt, really?
Yeah, especially if you've been deliberately cutting back on salt. For lots of people, just adding back good quality sea salt works like magic. Sodium is crucial for electrolytes, fluid balance, nerve function. everything.
Mind blown by salt.
Oh,
Okay, let's hit skin and sight. Those little raised bumps, usually on the back of the arms, like permanent goosebumps.
yes. That's a dead giveaway for vitamin A deficiency, specifically retinol. And this is super important. Retinol, the active form your body needs, is only found in animal products. Think liver, egg yolks, real cheese, cod liver oil.
Hold up. I thought carrots and spinach were vitamin A powerhouses. Eat your veggies for good eyesight and skin.
That's probably the biggest myth about vitamin A. Carrots and spinach contain beta-carotene, which is a precursor. Your body has to convert it into retinol, and that conversion is often really inefficient, especially if your digestion isn't great. You can't fix a true retinol deficiency just by eating more carrots. You need the real deal, the preformed retinol from animal sources.
It's like needing a key, and carrots only give you the raw metal block. You need the finished key. Okay, what about just dry, scaly, rough skin all over?
That usually signals an imbalance in your fats. Too many omega-6s, not enough omega-3s. It's super common because modern diets are loaded with processed seed oils, omega-6, and often lack things like oily fish, omega-3.
So ditch the vegetable oil, bring on the sardines.
Typically, yes. Boost your omega-3s from wild-caught fish, cod liver oil, that kind of thing. Now, a more serious one, chest pain, or that pain down the left arm or shoulder, the kind that makes you think, heart attack?
Yeah, scary stuff. Is there a deficiency linked to that cardiovascular warning?
Often, it involves a vitamin E deficiency. Low vitamin E can reduce the oxygen-carrying capacity of your blood, especially to hardworking organs like the heart. It's interesting, high-altitude climbers sometimes use vitamin E because it actually helps them utilize oxygen better up there.
Wow. If it helps you breathe on a mountain, imagine what it does for a struggling heart muscle. Powerful.
Exactly. And the specific form to look for there is tocotrienols, a more potent part of the vitamin E complex.
Yeah.
Okay, let's wrap up with a couple of really common signs linked to zinc. First one, decreased libido.
Uh-oh. Common complaint?
Yep. Classic zinc deficiency sign. Maybe start with around 50 milligrams a few times a day, see if that helps. Then you can usually reduce the dose.
And the other super common one, those little white dots or spots on your fingernails?
Another dead ringer for zinc deficiency. It's like your nails are putting up little white flags. And here's the kicker, the theme that keeps coming back. One of the main things that tanks your zinc levels is
Sugar. It's always the sugar, isn't it?
it really is. You can take zinc supplements all day long, but if you don't fix the diet, especially the sugar intake, those little white dots will just keep making a comeback tour on your nails.
Yeah.
It's just fascinating, isn't it? When you lay it all out like this,
Yeah.
how often the root cause of all these different things, nerve pain, skin issues, fungus, brittle nails, it just keeps circling back to that same core issue. Too much sugar, too many refined carbs. It's like this huge metabolic domino effect.
Yeah, absolutely. We've basically spent this whole deep dive decoding the body's like annoying little SOS signals. And the clearest message, really, the best way to meet all these nutritional needs and stop these symptoms before they start is just fix your diet first. You really can't out-supplement a fundamentally poor way of eating right, no matter how fancy your B1 or zinc is.
Couldn't agree more. So maybe the next time your body sends one of those weird signals, a random itch that won't quit, a leg that wants to run a marathon while you're trying to sleep, those bumps on your arms, don't just sigh and blame getting old. Ask yourself, is my body actually broken, or is it just ringing a 5-alarm fire bell about what I had for dinner last night? Makes you think, doesn't it?